What's up, guys? Paul here. Welcome to Hub City Drones. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Remember, hit that subscribe and that notify button for me so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And while you're down there, what the hell, hit the like button too. Why not? Today I got a good one for you. We're going to check out Ruko's newest drone. It's their U11 Pro. It's an upgraded version of the U11. They went ahead and they put brushless motors on this bad boy, so it's 100% better than the U11 in my opinion. Not a bad price, 220 bucks. There's a $40 off coupon right now, clickable coupon on Amazon, so you can get it for right around 180 plus tax. In my opinion, this is a really great starter GPS drone if you're just getting into drones, learning how to fly, or even using it as a practice drone just to get some fly time in, because you can actually take this one out of GPS mode, and with the optical flow sensor on the bottom, you can fly it inside. It's not too big either. It's foldable. I've flown it in my house. It's really easy to do, and it's actually kind of fun. Let's go unbox it, check it all out. We'll see what it comes with. I'm going to show you how to set it all up. It's really simple to do. Then we're going to put this sucker in the air and we're going to see just what he can do. So let's go get started. Out of his box and we'll check him all out and see what we get with it. This is the box it comes in. It's super glossy, so there's probably a glare. I apologize if there is a glare. Again, I don't have all that professional YouTube lighting and equipment, so bear with me here. But this is the box. It is the Ruko U11 Pro. On the side here you have a couple of the features it does. On this side you have 14 and up only. I'm kidding. That's what it says. And then you have your QR codes for your Ruko app. And then on the back you have your warnings and all that other good stuff back there. Let's get this thing out of the box. Long nails, they work. Here we go. One big, huge Ziploc sandwich bag. Save that, recycle it. Pack your lunch in it when you go fly your drone. You have something to keep it in. Nah, kidding. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Here we go. Woo, get rid of that because we don't need it. Wow, it's a really nice case. I like the case. This is a pretty cool case. It's a cloth case. It's a hard case, so it's probably form-fitted on the inside. You got your Ruko logo there. On the top, dual zippers, and one handy dandy handle. So very cool. Feels very well made. I like it. It feels durable. Let's open it up and see what we got here. Wow, these zippers are really tight. Probably because they're brand new. Here we go. Here we go. Right off the bat, looks like we have ourselves here a quick start guide, U11 Pro quick start guide. Again, your QR codes for the app. And then inside you have your, what do we have here? Your flight outdoor guide, your common use and problem solutions. This pretty much up top just shows you and tells you how to calibrate it in, how to pair the controller to the drone. And then on the back side here, it looks like we have tells you everything you need to know about the controller, what all the buttons do. So cool little quick start guide. Then you have your disclaimer and safety guidelines. And all this is really, guys, just your safety precautions when charging the battery, when you're flying the drone. So pretty cool. You usually don't see a separate manual with the disclaimer and safety guidelines, and it's usually right in the manual. So that's pretty neat. Then the holy grail of the drone. Well, a sticker on there from somewhere. Don't know where that came from. Anyway, the user manual. You guys know what I always say, and I'm going to say it again because I cannot stress it enough, you guys. Don't get the drone, charge the batteries, and put it up in the air and fly it before you read your manual. Live it, learn it, know it. Don't be a drone dummy. It's pretty thick. Looks like it's about 30 pages. And what the hell is that? It looks like we get a bookmark with it. Let's see, what is that? A calibration instruction strip. So again, how to pair the controller to the drone and then how to calibrate it. That's pretty cool. I've never seen one of those before. We don't need that right now. It's really well illustrated. It's detailed. The manual, it just tells you everything you need to know about the drone, right down to the technical information on the back page. Great looking manual. Get that out of here and get our little bookmark over there. Are you ready for it? Here it goes. Ta-da! Cool. It is form-fitted case. That's awesome. So this must be the battery. It doesn't feel like, oh, nope, this might be our goodie box. Let's see what we have in here. There's the battery. No, that's not the battery. That's our cell phone holder. So it looks like this is just going to clip onto the controller. Somehow we'll figure that out in a minute. Then we have, what do we got here? One USB or micro USB cable. This does take the bigger of the two connectors. Don't remember the names offhand, so but I'll show you real quick. It's the bigger one. On the newer Samsung phones and that, they have this bigger, I think they call it a USB, a mini USB or something like that. But anyway, that's the charging cable. This is probably for the controller and the battery. So I'm going to get that out of my way. Then we have, here we go. What do we got in here? So we have, looks like, yep, one full set of replacement propellers. And then here, it feels, oh, here's the screwdriver and your extra screws for your spare propellers. So they just thought of everything. Cool. Now we have our controller. So we have another little quick start guide on top of the controller. I've never seen this before either. This is pretty cool. So it tells you when the drone goes out of range, it will make a beep 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 noise. It does have the fail safe, so if it does get too far and you lose the connection, it will come home by itself as well. But this will probably beep and warn you that, hey, you've gone a little too far, and tells you what the joysticks and all that do. But we're going to get into that here right now. So pretty simple layout on the controller. You got 4 buttons here on the bottom, your power button. This looks like it is your auto takeoff and land. Did I say that right? Nope, that is the return to home button. So if I could see it better without the glare, I would have saw that. So anyway, we have our antennas on the top. And let's see, do we have a wire in here? I see a wire over here. And I do not see a wire on this side. So again, it's one true antenna and one fake copycat, just to balance it out so you don't have just like one antenna sticking up. But you can do it that way if you want. So cool. And then we have on the top here, this is your charger. It is a rechargeable controller. It's a 1200 mAh 3.7 volt LiPo battery. It takes roughly 2.5 hours to charge it. I don't know how long it lasts. Being a 1200 mAh battery, I'm guessing you probably get close to 2 hours of usage out of it. This particular model only came with one battery. So if I use the battery and then plug the controller in right after I fly it and charge the battery, it probably won't take but a few minutes for it to completely charge up. So if you have 2 batteries, it'll probably take a little bit longer. So what else do we have on the top here? So we have our camera button, our photo button, and you can do these in the app too, and I'll show you that when we get into the setup part of the video. This is your controller on your camera, up and down, 90 degrees to 0 degrees. Then you have your joystick. Oh, these joysticks feel really good. Wow, yeah, these feel nice. I can't wait to try this out. So again, you know, you have your up and down, your forward and backwards are all left, all right. And then this will spin the drone left or right. So this button here is your GPS mode. If you long press this button, it will take the drone out of GPS mode. So you can fly the drone indoors as well. Cool, your auto takeoff and your auto land. And this is something I've never seen on a controller before. This is actually the follow me button. Usually that's in the app, but they have put it on the controller somehow. That is pretty damn cool. I imagine you tap that and the drone will go into the follow me mode function. Your speed, your high and low. I believe this is a 3-speed drone if I remember right. So you just tap it each time and it should make the beeps. We'll do it here in a few minutes when we get it all set up. But I like the feel of this. Feels pretty good. I wish they would have had grip sticks on the bottom. That would have made it nice too, but it doesn't feel bad. It fits really well in my hand. Let's get this thing on here and see what we got here. So I'm guessing it just pops right on the top here. Yeah, it does. Here we go. There it goes. So we have our cell phone holder. And so it doesn't extend a whole lot, but it does look like my Note 20 Ultra will fit in here out of the OtterBox case. So I'll more than likely have to take it out of the case. It doesn't look like it's going to be quite big enough to put the phone in there in the case. So very cool. That's the controller. Let me move some of this stuff because we're going to get the star of our show out of here. I'm going to move this case out of the way too, you guys. And let's see. Before we open him up, let's get the battery out here. It looks like, oh, there's a little protector in here. So if you're mashing that battery and you can't get it to connect, this little thing is right up in here. And it almost blends in where you can't even see it. So make sure you take that protector out. But if you're going to store your battery in your drone, this is a great thing to keep in here. It will keep the battery from making a connection and you won't accidentally having it turn on or draining the battery before you get to fly it. So we're going to do the battery here next, guys. So this is the battery. Again, it only came with one battery. I wish this one would have come with two, but it only came with one. This is also where your power button for your drone is. You just press this and you can see here it comes on. We have a fully charged battery. These lights will fade. Each one will go down as the battery drains. So that is cool. It is a 1900 mAh 7.6 volt drone engine. It takes 3 hours to charge this bad boy up. Charge it with a 5 volt 2 amp to 3 amp charger is what the book says on this one. You get 25 minutes of flight time, and honestly, you're probably only going to get about 20, maybe 21 minutes out of it after setup and all the other stuff. And that does depend on the wind and what speed you're flying it in. If you're in speed 3, you're not going to get that. You'll probably get right at 19 to 20 minutes out of the battery. So let's turn it off here, and you just long press it. They go down. It's off. Let's open this bad boy up. So let's see here. It looks like we got to do the front arms first, then the back arms. So front, and then the back. Well, they lock into place pretty darn good. I like it. There's almost like 2 little snaps, and then you feel it pop into the final one. So that's cool. It's pretty light. It weighs 9.82 ounces, so 278 grams. You do have to register this drone. It is over the minimum weight for not registering it. So you do have to register it with the FAA. It's not a hard process. If you've already registered, you don't have to worry about it. Just put your number on this drone and you're good to go. I will put the link for it down in the description. So you can click on it and go right to it. It's $5, and you can register as many drones as you want. And I will even put a link where you can get some custom-made stickers that you can just slap on here somewhere, and it has your number on it. They're really cool. All right, so let's go ahead and slide the battery in first. And it just kind of slides right in like this and locks right into place. Boom, it's in there. It actually adds a little more weight to this bad guy when you put the battery in it. There's 2 little buttons here. You just squeeze them to pull your battery out. Put it in. So let's take this off. This is our camera cover. There is no gimbal on the camera. It looks like it might have some shock absorbers in there, but there is no gimbal. So your pictures aren't going to be, or your video is not going to be how do I say it? Not real. It won't be real shaky, but you're going to have some shake in it, depending on the wind speed when you're out there flying. So the camera is a 4K UHD. It's 90-degree adjustable by the remote control, which is really cool. Your pictures are 3,840 by 2160 to the SD card and the mobile phone. Your videos, on the other hand, they are 2048 by 1152p, and that is 25 frames per second, and that is to the SD card. If you do not put the SD card in, which it goes right here, and you want to use a 32, it holds up to a 32 gigabyte SD card. I would recommend a Class 10 U3 or higher. It's probably one of the best ones to record the 4K or at least that higher resolution of video. If you don't have the SD card in here, your photos are going to be stored on your phone, or your videos on your phone, at 720p. The FPV view through the app, and I'll show you that later, is also in 720p. It's really not bad. It's actually pretty clear for 720p, but that's what you get on your FPV view. That's the app, the screen on the app where you're seeing what the drone is seeing through the camera. So, and remember that SD card needs to be formatted in the the FAT32 format. So here it looks like we have a little piece of plastic. I did not see that on there. Huh, cool. This is nothing. It's just an added cosmetic feature to the drone. They even mention this in the description on Amazon, that their designer came up with this mirrored finish on the top. It actually is pretty cool. So I did tell you, and I didn't get to it yet, but I'm getting into it now. I did tell you that they made a major upgrade to this drone from the U11 to the U11 Pro, and that is this right here, brushless motors. I don't understand why any drone nowadays that's GPS at least doesn't have brushless motors, but they upgraded this one to brushless. Awesome. More power, more stability, higher wind resistance, and they'll last a hell of a lot longer than a brushed motor. So pretty darn cool. So the range on this drone is 500 meters, or 1,640 feet. And the FPV is exactly that as well. So that's cool. You can get the FPV just as far at 1,640 feet. Very cool. It does say it's a level 5 wind resistance. The weight that I'm feeling on this, I'm not going to say it's level 5. I'm guessing you may get a level 3, possibly a level 4 out of it. It may handle a level 5, but it's going to be really hard to control, and it's probably going to kill that battery really, really quick. It does have 3 speeds. It's the low speed is actually 3 meters a second, which is 6.7 miles per hour, which is pretty damn cool. Speed 2 is 13.4 miles an hour, and then in speed 3, 17.89 miles an hour. That's pretty damn quick for this type of a drone. So really, really cool. So we have your battery in the back. I showed you before, your battery is your power button, and you just turn it on. And there you have it. Makes that beautiful theme song. Everything comes on. It does have an optical flow sensor right here on the bottom, and that's for the altitude hold and to fly it indoors. So that's really cool. That has that in there. These are just vents to keep it cool. One thing I like about this drone, and I'll show you that once we go through the setup, when you turn it on, you can see these lights blinking like they are now. They were blinking quick because I had it upside down. They're blinking now because it's waiting for me to connect the controller. And to do that, you just turn it on, and then down on the left joystick, it's connected. Now, these are going to keep blinking because once you do that, this drone actually defaults right to the calibration stage. Very cool. I'm not going to do it now. We'll do it in the setup because I'm going to have to show it to you then anyway. But I thought it was really cool that you can't do anything else until you calibrate the drone, which is a really cool fail-safe feature because you can't fly the drone if you don't calibrate it. It's not safe to do it in GPS mode anyway, but hey, they defaulted it to it. I like that option. That's pretty cool. There's our U11 Pro. I say we get this little dude set up. We'll check out the app and everything else. Then we can get him up in the air and see what this guy can actually do. Okay guys, let's get this U11 Pro set up so we can get it outside. I'm really excited to put this thing in the air and see how good it flies. So the first thing we're going to do is turn the drone on. Just flip it upside down and press the power button until it makes that beautiful theme song. There it goes. These will all be solidly lit yellow when your battery is fully charged. You can see here I don't have a fully charged battery. I'm going to take a shot at it here and just say that each one of these goes away every 25% increments the battery dies. So I guess, don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. But you saw there the lights were blinking really quick. That's because I had the drone upside down. So now we got to connect the drone and the controller. So let's get them paired. It's really easy to do. Just turn your controller on. You can see here all these lights blink really quick. The front ones on here are blinking red. And you're going to take your left joystick and just push it down till it beeps. And there you go. We are paired. So other than the in-flight fail-safe features on this drone, another good reason or another reason why I really feel this is a great starter GPS drone for someone just getting into it. You can see these front lights are blinking red. That's because it defaults to the compass calibration mode. So unless you take it out of GPS, you have to calibrate it first before you can do anything else with the drone. The motors won't unlock, none of that good stuff. So really cool feature. So let's go ahead and get it calibrated. It's really easy to do. Make sure you are on a flat, level surface. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the drone in this position, clockwise, counterclockwise, doesn't matter which way you go, 2 full rotations. And the controller will beep to let you know that phase of the compass calibration is complete. So here we go. There's 1. Coming around to 2. There's 2. Now you can see the backlight here is blinking green, so now it's ready for the other phase of the compass calibration. Now you're going to take the drone and you're going to hold it upright like this. Again, it does not matter camera up, camera down, or which way you go, just 2 full turns. Here we go, and the controller will beep again to let you know it's done, and then our lights will start blinking in unison. Red, red, green, red, red, green. We're calibrated. Now we have to do the gyros. Very simple to do. You're going to take your right joystick here and you're going to push it down to the lower right until it beeps and then let it go. You can see these are blinking really, really, really fast. Now they're back to blinking in order. You're completely calibrated. Compass and gyros are good to go. So the next thing we need to do now is we need to hook the drone's Wi-Fi signal up to our cell phone. I get questions all the time. People ask me if I need an internet connection to fly the drone. I don't have internet. Can I still fly the drone? You do not need an internet connection to fly the drone. You simply just need something that can connect to a Wi-Fi signal. The drone emits its own Wi-Fi signal, and that's what you're going to connect to. You can see it here at beeping, and now my lights are solid. So we are actually in GPS mode now. GPS mode. It's actually found and connected to a GPS satellite signal. It is strong enough that it connected inside my house, which is very impressive already. So the receiver in here for the satellite signals is actually really decent. I usually don't get a signal in my house. Okay, anyway, enough of that. So again, no internet. You're just connecting to the Wi-Fi. If you have a cell phone laying around that doesn't have a cell provider on it, and it works and it can connect to a Wi-Fi signal, you could absolutely use that as your drone phone. That sounds pretty cool. Drone phone. You can use it as your drone phone. Absolutely. It will work as long as it connects to a Wi-Fi signal. All that's doing is sending information from the drone to the app and your video feed to the screen of your app. That's all you need it for. So let's go ahead and get it connected, and you're going to go ahead and go to wherever your Wi-Fi settings are on your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using. Under your available networks, you'll see right here, it pops up Ruko-U11 Pro, dash a bunch of numbers. I don't know if they're all the same, but anyway, that's what it will look like. You're going to tap on it. It's going to connect. You may get a pop-up the first couple times you do it telling you're connected with no internet. That's fine. Again, you don't need internet. It may ask you if you want to keep the Wi-Fi signal or switch to cellular data. Keep the Wi-Fi signal. We're going to hit done. We're going to get out of here. Now we are connected to the drone's Wi-Fi signal. So next, we're going to open up the app and take a look at the app. I'm not going to go into real detail on the app because there is actually a really decent little mini guide in the app itself that shows you what everything on the app does. There are, however, a couple of features it doesn't tell you about, and they're actually really useful features. So I'm going to point those out to you. Then we're going to take this little dude and put him up in the air and put him through the test and see what he can do. So go download, if you haven't already, download the Ruko. Did I say that right? Ruko. Roku's the TV, right? I always mix those two up. Too close of a name. The Ruko GPS app. They have a couple different ones. Just make sure it's this one. You can see I put the icon on the screen so you know what it looks like. And it'll say Ruko GPS. We're going to open our app. There we go. You can see here at the bottom it says we are connected. You have the blue go to fly or go fly. It does use this for the U11 Pro and the U11. You can see there it'll let you tap whichever one you want. But when you're connected, it already knows which drone you're using. You can see there it flips back. So you can't change it. It'll go right back to this one. So down here, the button down here, that's your drone button. That takes you back to this screen when you're in these other features. You have your album. Open that up. Of course, it shows you your pictures, your videos, and whatever's on your SD card. We don't have nothing on it right now. Hit drone. It takes you back. Next here is the help link. Open this. Really cool. Here's the guide I was telling you about that shows you everything that's on the app and what it does. So it's really well laid out and easy to read and understand. So we're going to hit drone. Go back out of here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Your flight record, this will show you every single flight you do with the drone. It'll give you the date you flew it, the mileage it went, how far it went, the height that it went, and your duration of the flight. So this is really cool because you can actually get a really good sense of how many minutes you're actually getting out of these batteries. We'll hit back, get out of here. Find drone. When you tap this, I'm not going to do it. It will open up a Google Maps. This will help you find the drone if you crash it somewhere. For whatever reason, it falls out of the sky, you crash it for whatever reason, and the drone lands. This will show you where the drone was last detected from with the controller and the app. So wherever the last signal was that was sent back to your controller, this is where it'll be. It's not going to be precise, but it will get you within about, I want to say 2 to 3 meters of where the drone crashed or landed at. So it's a good starting point. You're going to have to do some looking, but you should be able to find it with 2-3 meters away. Next is the quick operation. This is just like that little card we had when we unboxed it. It tells you the controller, some quick start troubleshooting things, all that other good stuff. That's all of that. Now we're going to go into the app and check it out. And you want to hit the Go Fly button. And it will rotate your screen. You'll see that here in a second. It doesn't stay in this, what do they call it, portrait mode. It'll turn to landscape. So go fly. Here we go. There we are. We are now connected. You can see here you do have a video feed. So very cool. All right, so let's go over this really quick and then we'll get this little dude outside and get him up in the air. Up top here, this is your prompts and warning indicator. It's red now because it's looking for a GPS signal. If it finds it again while we're in the house, this will turn blue and it'll say ready to fly. It'll also tell you when you're in the bonus features that this thing does, when you return to home, when the battery is low. Another really cool feature on this app, she talks to you and it will tell you, oh, there you go. See there, it turned ready to fly. We're good to go. It says we are connected to, wow, 9 satellites indoors. That's pretty good. Don't let that fool you guys. Don't fly the drone indoors GPS mode. You're going to lose the signal, and if you do that and it doesn't get the signal back right away, it's going to go into return to home mode and it's going to shoot right up to that height and it's probably going to crash into your ceiling. And I'm sure your wife doesn't want a pair of drone arms sticking out of the ceiling or a big hole there. So always fly in attitude mode when you're indoors. And I'm going to show you that now because she talks to you and it's super cool. I'll take it out of GPS mode so you can hear her, but she'll also tell you when the drone is returning to home. She'll say return to home. She'll tell you low voltage when your battery is to a point where you need to bring it back home or it's too low. So let's just take it out of GPS mode here and you can hear her talk.
Attitude mode.
Super cool. I don't know why. I know it's crazy, but I absolutely love that feature on this app. We'll long press the satellite button on the controller again. And it'll
GPS mode.
put us right back into GPS mode. So we're good to go. Everything else on the front face here of the app is pretty self-explanatory. Over here you have your auto takeoff and land. You have your return to home. When you hit these, a prompt will come up and it's going to want you to confirm it. So you'll have to slide it over. I guess I can do it. I don't think it will fly up in the air and return to home if I do it, but I'll hit return to home. It may not do it. Okay, so it won't do it. Anyway, it will pop up a little screen in the middle and it'll want you to confirm that's what you want the drone to do. This little arrow, this is where your little, I call them bonus features are. You have joysticks. When you're in attitude mode, you can tap this and these joysticks will pop up. So you can fly the drone with just the app if you wanted. You don't necessarily need to hold the controller. You could just hold your phone and fly it around indoors or outdoors. You can fly it outside in attitude mode. You just won't have the fail-safe features, will not work. Next is your GPS follow. That locks onto your GPS signal from your cell phone. And if you walk around or ride a skateboard, your bike, whatever, the drone's camera will lock on to the phone and it will follow you wherever you go. Just remember there is no obstacle avoidance, so make sure you're in an open area or you're going to crash into something. What it's doing now is what is called a standby mode. It's going to keep doing this for probably about 3 minutes, and then the drone's going to shut off. The controller will do the same thing. It won't beep, but it will shut off after if you don't do anything with it for a few minutes. So I'm going to take it out of GPS mode.
Attitude mode.
And I'm going to go ahead and unlock the motors and pull the drone and make it think we're doing something so I can get a few more minutes out of it before it shuts off. And the motors are unlocked. You can hear this drone is really quiet. I was absolutely impressed with how quiet this drone was. So there they go. They shut off on their own, or you can do the joysticks again to shut them off if you don't want to let them do it on their own. So here you have your filters. This just changes different dynamics on the camera. Cartoon mode, whatever mode that is, that's kind of weird looking. Then you have a spear mode. This is a really cool feature to use. If you take that camera and point it all the way down to the ground and then shoot the drone straight up in the air, it makes a really great camera effect. That's one of my favorite ones to do. All right, so we got those out of there. Turn that off. Next is your VR mode. Yes, you can absolutely fly this drone with VR goggles. You don't need a special pair of goggles to do it. Just a pair your phone will fit in, and tap this and it splits the screen. And it's really super cool. It's almost like you're sitting in the cockpit of the drone and you're flying it. I love the VR option. It's so cool. We'll go out of here. Next here is your waypoint. When you tap this, it will open up a map, and I'll do it. There's one of the prompts. See right there? Okay, it says we're not connected, but we are. I think, let me move the camera and see. Yeah, we're still connected. So anyway, it probably won't do it because we don't have a GPS signal. When you tap this, it's going to open up a map. It's what I call the cartoon map. You can change it to satellite view, which I do because you can see everything, trees and all that stuff in that area. You can literally put little pins all through the app on the map. Tap it wherever you want, and the drone will actually fly from point 1, 2, 3, 4 in order that you put them and where you put them until it gets to the last point. Again, no obstacle avoidance, so make sure you absolutely know where the points are going so it doesn't, you don't have one here and then over here you have one, but there's a tree in the middle. If you're not high enough, it's going to crash into that tree. So just double check you have the room you need to do that. Next one, orbit mode. This is the point of interest, or circle fly, some people call it. If you have like a tree or a car or yourself or whatever, and you want to get a circular video recording of it, just hit that and the drone goes up. I want to say it's about 15 feet, and then it'll back up a couple of, probably a foot or 2 or even 3 from where you have the drone, and then it will just start making a complete circle with the camera facing in the whole time. So you could stand in the middle and it will just do a circular recording of you in the middle. Pretty cool video feature. Next one here, this is your camera angle. You can actually control the camera angle with this slider. To me, kind of a wasted bit of space. It's just, to me, it's really easier just to do it with the wheel on the controller. But if you're in attitude mode and you're flying with the joysticks on the screen, I guess that would make sense to have the camera slider there so you can do it. It looks like it may get in the way, might get in the way of that right controller though. They're pretty decent size. Anyway, that's your bonus features, guys. Let's get out of here. Over here, my camera slider's still on. Oh, because I didn't turn it off. All right, this little circle down here, this is your drone, and it actually shows you which way it's facing. This is a little compass. You can see the end there says north. The tip of that red triangle is the front of your drone. You can see here if I turn it, it's turning as well. This really comes in handy if the drone's too far away and you're not sure which way it's facing. You are in the middle at all times. So you can see here, I'm behind the drone, and it is showing that I'm behind it. Anyway, if you're in the air and you don't know which way the drone is facing and you don't want to hit the return to home feature to bring it back to you, or you can't see it, this really helps you determine which way the drone is facing. So it's really cool to have that on here. On the bottom here, real quick, this is your distance. You have your height, your vertical speed, and your distance speed. So your distance is how far away the drone is from you, your height, how high it is, vertical speed, how fast it's going forward or backwards, and then your vertical speed is up and down, sorry. Your distance speed is forward and backwards. And for some reason, it's probably because I don't have a GPS signal, it's telling me that this damn drone is about 15 feet away from me, but yet it's right here. So again, no GPS signal, that's probably why it's doing it. All the way on the right, your gallery, your camera, and your video camera. I love that it has a button for each. I have a couple drones where you have to tap a button to switch it from camera to video camera. So in here you just take a picture. Here you can start recording. And then if you go to your album, which I wouldn't recommend doing while you're in flight, so I'm not sure why they put that there, but you can see here, there's the picture we took, the video we recorded. All right, so out of here real quick. Come on. There we go. Okay, right here above all that is your SD card. I do not have one in the drone yet. I just got it, so I have not put one in there. Remember, up to a 32 gig U10 class 3 FAT32 format. Otherwise, your videos are going to be saved in your phone and to this album on the controller in 720p. So it's a big difference to have the SD card in here. This will tell you how big the card is, how much room you have left on it. Up top, you have your satellite. You can see here, it says it's picking up 9 satellites, but it's not connected, and that's probably because I'm indoors. I like this one. This will turn white, this little satellite, when you're connected, and this will turn green, as you saw earlier. I like that it tells me the number of satellites that I have. I have a general rule of thumb, if I have anything less than 6 satellites, I don't use GPS mode, because chances are you're going to lose the connection easier. I always like to do it 6 or more. Next is your controller battery level. You can see the bars there. Those will fade as your charger or your controller battery dies. Then you have your drone's battery level, and this will turn yellow where it is now. And when you get to, I believe it's like 40%, it will turn red. Now, when you get to about 20%, it's going to put it in the return to home feature. It's one of the fail safes. It will trigger it, and it's going to want to bring the drone home. It will pop up and ask you to confirm that's what you want it to do. If you don't want it to do that, just cancel it and the drone will stay out there. But just remember, if you don't have enough battery to make it back home from where it's at, it's going to land wherever it is. And I think it's when the battery gets right to about 8 to 10%, it's going to do an auto land. Okay. Anyway, all that's on that one little guide. This is what I really wanted to show you, these 3 dots. So if you tap these, it opens up your parameters. When you first get the drone, it's going to default to beginner mode, and it will only let you go about 98 feet away, 66 feet high, and 66 feet return to home height. Great for starting out. The drone won't go too high, too far away from you, so it's really a cool feature. Once you're comfortable with the drone, turn it off. Then you can take these sliders and you can move them all the way up or wherever you want them to go. And that will control the distance the drone will go. So if you don't want to go all the way, you could put it 700 feet. It won't go any further than that. Your return to home. Remember, your return to home height has to be the same or lower than your max altitude height, or it won't do it. I usually keep mine right about at 110 feet-ish. I know that way it will clear everything out where I fly it. Because when you hit the return to home, the drone's going to lift up to the height you have set here, and then it's going to come home. So just always keep that in mind. So that's that. Next is the drone. We're going to tap on that. I'll show you this. Okay, sorry, talking too much. I needed a drink. This is the footprint or the stats of your drone in total. So it's going to show you your visited origins. So if you start in California and you fly the drone over to Hawaii or China, it will show you. No, I'm kidding. It won't go that damn far. The max amount of mileage you have on the drone, the max altitude the drone has gone. This won't be a combined total. This is actually the highest that the drone has ever went. Same with the max mileage. That's the furthest the drone has ever gone. Your max speed, the fastest it's ever gone. Cool, simple stuff, right? All right, so next we're going to go, let me get this out of the way. Calibrate. And I'll show you this again real quick. I know we already calibrated, but you can do it in the app as well. The first one, it says ACC calibrate. That's the gyro calibration. If you tap it, you'll see the lights will blink really quick. That's the gyro calibration. Then we're going to do compass. And when you do it through the app, it actually pops up here. You can see there, it shows you which way to turn the drone. You don't have to go in the direction it's telling you to go, but it shows you how to hold it. It's got this little, please stay away from metal, electrical device sources, and electricity, because that can mess up the actual compass calibration. So we're calibrated again real quick here. And we'll turn it. And we should have one more. Ready? There we go. Didn't go quite far enough. Now you can see that picture has changed and it's telling you to hold the drone upright. This one shows the camera down, but again, it really does not matter which way you hold the drone, camera up, camera down. Again, 2 full turns. There we go. That'll go away. Now we're calibrated. Again. All right, so back in here really quick. You can see these 3 dots are still highlighted. There's more. Yes, there's more. Tap it again. This brings you into other settings. This is where you can change your meters from meters per second to metric kilometers per second. I keep mine in inches and miles per hour. This is what you'll see on the app when you're looking at your distance. It'll be in feet instead of meters. Your speed will be in miles per hour instead of meters per second or kilometers per second. Whole hell of a lot easier to do it that way than trying to multiply the 3.28 or whatever it is by the meter to see how many feet you are. Oh, we're going in standby mode again. The one under that's track. If you turn that off, it won't track where the drone has gone or where it's going, so you won't get your stats. Next is the prompt. That's the one where it shows you ready to fly, waiting for GPS. Those won't be up there. It'll still do it, but you just won't see them. The bottom one, voice prompts. That is this lady right here.
GPS mode.
Oh, we were in GPS mode? Thought we were in attitude mode.
Attitude mode.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, unlock them real quick. So that thing shuts up for a minute. So if you turn that off, you won't hear her. She won't talk to you. I leave it on because I absolutely think it's one of the best features of the app. So I just leave it on. It's really, really cool. Out of here, back. That's the app. We're calibrated. We're good to go. We're going to take it outside. We're going to get our satellite signal. And we're going to put this dude in the air. And we're going to see just what it can do. So let's head outside, guys. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to launch the Ruko U11 Pro and check it out and see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and launch it with the 1-key takeoff button on the app. You see that pops up. You got to confirm it with the slider. Here we go.
Fly.
Wow, that was one of the smoothest takeoffs I've ever seen with a drone. And he goes right there, and he just stays right there. I'm going to hit record as well, so you guys can see the record. You can hear the difference with the brushless motors. What a difference it makes on this drone. So let me fly him around a little bit here. We're in speed 1. So I'll tell you what, we'll get him out from under the tree here first, and then I'll pop him up in the air. And we'll take him up high and give you guys a look at the neighborhood. Oh, here we go. Wow, he's really quiet. I can't even hear it. That's crazy. So right there, we're only at 67, 68 feet. And I'll turn him around. Well, he turns really quick. I hear him a little bit now. Wow, that's awesome. All right, we're going to bring him back down. Wow, this drone is super quiet, you guys. I don't think I've heard a drone quite this quiet before. The controls are really responsive. There's no delay in it whatsoever. That is awesome. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take him down the street and I'll go through the speeds for you. He does have 3 speeds. So let me take him down here and I'll turn him around. So here we go. This is going to be speed 1. Wow, that is a really comfortable speed. Great for video. That is awesome. All right, we're going to turn him around. He stops on a dime too. That is great. I'm going to hit the speed button. There's the 2 beeps. Now he's in speed 2. Let's see what he does. Here we go. A little faster. Not bad. It's quite a bit of speed difference. I can't wait to see speed 3. Here we go. Speed 3. We're going to let this car go under him first. She's looking up at it like, don't let it hit me. All right. Here we go. Speed 3 before another car comes. Ready? Speed 3. Whoa. Wow, speed 3 is really fast. That's awesome. That is really cool. Speed 3 is really fast. That's fun. You can hear, I'm going to bring him closer to me because I have the mic on, but listen to how quiet this thing really is. I'm really impressed by how quiet it is. So you got your forward and your backward, and then I'll aw him left and right so you can see it. We'll go right, we'll go left, and I like how he just levels out, and it's a nice level aw, so he's not tilted sideways the whole time. That is cool. Really, really responsive. I like it. So I'm going to bring him over here, and because I've never seen this before on a drone, I'm going to go ahead and put him over here, and we're going to hit this follow me mode that is actually on the controller instead of being on the app, and we're going to see what happens. So here we go. All right, I'm going to start walking across the street, and we'll see if he follows me. It's working. You can see I'm not doing it and he's actually following me. That's really cool to have this feature on the controller. You don't have to look down at the app to do it. I mean, granted, you can see how he's hovering right there. You have plenty of time to do whatever you want. Great drone. This thing is super easy to fly. Now he's backing up trying to find me again. Let's take him out of it. And there he goes. He goes out of it. That is really super cool. So there are some features in the app. I'm not sure if I have room to do them here. All right, so there's an orbit mode, and he is going up, and now he's going to circle around. I don't know if he's going to hit anything, but there he goes. I don't know what he's doing. All right, he's corrected himself. So there's his orbit mode. So on this one, it didn't allow me to pick or change the radius of the orbit. So I guess you pretty much would have to get him up to the object you want to circle and circle them around. You can see there, you can do the camera as you're doing it. So let's go ahead and end that one. And then you can adjust the camera angle. So that's pretty cool, guys. I'm going to take him down the street and put him up in the air some more for you. Let me turn him around and we'll take him for one last spin. I like the controls. They are really responsive. That's awesome. So let's get him up and see how far down the street we can get him to go. We should just about be clear of the trees, maybe. So here we go. Now that's speed 1. I really like the speed of speed 1. It's very comfortable. It's not intimidating. He's not going too fast to control. The camera, you can tilt it as you're flying, which is really cool. If you look at that little pop-up screen, you can see I don't have my SD card in, but the video on the FPV is really clear. And he's still cruising. We're at about 250 feet away. So we're going to come back. You can see there, he's rocking a little bit with that little bit of breeze. I don't have much wind at all today, so it was a perfect day to do this. Overall, I'm impressed. He flies really easy. There's no delay in the controls whatsoever. I love the way he took off. That was awesome. That was the smoothest takeoff I've ever had. Not a fan of the waypoint. I can't figure that one out yet, but I'm sure I will. But you can see there is no shock absorber or any kind of image stabilization in the camera. So really the only big upgrade to call this the U11 Pro would be just the brushless motors. There really isn't anything else that's been upgraded. Same battery, same body, all that good stuff. And I like how he levels out once he gets to the speed he's supposed to go. He bends, but then he just levels right out. Really comfortable. All right, so let's try the return to home real quick while we still have some battery, and I'll bring him down the street here a little bit. Look at that. He's just rocking. That's me doing that, not him. All right, so we got a truck coming. We're gonna go ahead and let him go by first. And then I'm gonna hit return to home. I'm not gonna let him land all the way because he'll hit the tree, but we're gonna see if he responds, and he does it. So here we go. We're gonna do return to home. I'm gonna hit the return to home on the app. So here we go. It wants you to confirm it. Here we go.
Return home.
Now he's gonna go up to the height I've set for him to come home. You can hear the remote control is beeping away. And as soon as he gets over here, so I can see here on the distance and the height, he is coming closer back to home. He comes really slow. Now he's turning, there he goes. He stopped right over from where he took off. And now he's gonna come down and he's gonna hit the tree. He's turning, coming down.
Stop, return home.
Wow, that is really cool. It worked. I should have let him go all the way, but I have that tree there and I knew he was gonna run into that tree because I took off kind of under that branch. Super cool. I'll bring him over, spin around a little bit. You guys can get a good look at him. And I'll just arm in a circle and I'll stop him once I get him facing the camera again a little bit, and then you guys can see how smooth the camera adjusts on it. There's my cameraman. And even on the screen down there in the lower right, you can see it's a nice smooth transition up and down. So not bad. All right, I'm gonna hit the one key land on the controller this time, and we'll land him and see how it works. So here we go. Oh, nope. All right, I'm gonna hit it on the controller. I think that actually puts him into an orbit mode there, so we'll see, but here we go. And here it goes. I'll confirm it.
Down.
Let's see how good the landing is. It's straight to the ground, so he clunks down. Not bad. I'm impressed. I'm going to go wrap this video up and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Okay guys, my final thought on Ruko's U11 Pro. Big upgrade with the brushless motors, naturally. That was just a game changer on this drone. The U11 has the brushed motors, so this one you're going to get a hell of a lot more flight time out of it. It has more power in it, and the motors are going to last you a lot longer. So you can't even really compare the two. It's like apples and oranges. The brushless motors, great improvement to this drone. Overall, I was going to do 4 stars, but I'm going to give it 5 only because I was really impressed with the takeoff speed. It was super slow and it didn't shoot way up in the air. So it really is perfect if you're just starting out and it's not intimidating. So that was a great point on the drone. The camera, not so much. I've seen better cameras. It's really kind of shaky, but you're not getting it for professional videos or photos. FPV, you can see where you're going. That definitely worked. The 3 speeds were cool. Couldn't get the trajectory flight to work, but that's probably my fault. I was missing something somewhere, but I'll figure it out. Overall, for the price point, 180 bucks on Amazon right now. Get it while it's at that price because it's probably going to go up soon, especially with Christmas right around the corner. This is really a great starter GPS drone. If you're looking to start flying drones, I would absolutely recommend this one. You're not breaking the bank. Super easy to fly. It was actually really fun to fly too. I didn't want to quit flying it. Get the package that has the 2 batteries. I believe that's the one that's 180 bucks right now. Watch for it because there's a few of them on Amazon. This one, I didn't realize it's the one I got. It only came with 1 battery, but you'll definitely want 2 batteries. The battery actually lasted quite a while. We finished the video and I kept on flying. I think I damn near got almost the full 20 minutes or so out of that battery. So that was really cool as well. The landing wasn't the greatest. It did plop down, but overall, I'm going to stick with my 5-star rating. Go get yourself one, guys. This is a great, fun little drone. That's going to do it for this video. Remember, have fun out there. Stay safe. Don't be a drone dummy.